Hello everybody, welcome back to Red Tool House. Today we are going to start working on the framing of the chicken church. See if we can get our walls up and just how far we can make it. We've got a lot of lumber that we've milled from timber already. Some air dried, some still a little green, but we'll just see how this goes. I think Cam's going to come out and join me in a second. We've got plenty of shade because we're under our huge white oak here, and it's in the mid-90s right now. So we're going to work as long as we still have shade. Now, I think we'll have shade till the rest of the evening, but we'll see. So if you're new to this series and wondering what chicken church is our backyard coop that we're building. And the only reason I call it chicken church is kind of building it like an old school farm country church. That's the style we're building. Got my plans that I drew out in SketchUp. And I'll link, we're creating a playlist for this, so I'll link to that playlist so you can catch up if you're new to this project here. So on this 8x10 structure, the sidewalls are going to be about 4 feet high. So we're going to lay those out first, the long sides. And those are just going to be simple studs on 16s, and we'll stand those up, put them in place on both sides, and then the door and the back side where we have the clean out and a window, then we'll frame those out next. You all okay? Thought I'd lost you there for a second. All right, so what we're doing, here by our plans, we're building these sidewalls first. So just the two main sides, the long sides, and those are just going to be regular, what you call studs on 16-inch centers. And I'll have you mark those off here in a second. I'll show you how to do that. But we'll put those two walls up, and then we can start framing in the front and the back. The front and back, of course, are going to be a little different in how they're built. So we'll get the two side ones up first. All right. Throw that in, the opposite side here. Grab this board, the end of this board here, and we'll put it together with this one. Line it up even. Are your ends flush?
No, this one needs to come towards me a little bit. Look.
How's that?
Just a tad bit more. There.
All right, so now that we've got these flushed together, what you want to do, is you want to take your tape measure, and we want to start on the same end that we're going to do both walls. So this wall is actually going to go up and get put right there where the camera is. So we're going to measure on 16. So
every 16 inches.
Yeah, let me show you. Let me bring your tape here. Come stand down here so you got a little bit better angle. If you kind of pinch these boards together and take your tape, see how your tape's actually highlighted at 16?
Yes.
And it's going to be highlighted at 32. It's going to be highlighted at 48. So anywhere you see that, keep going out to 48, see what it looks like. Yeah, so see where you got that little square with the red text in it, the red numbers? Mm-hmm. That should be every 16. So what you want to do, you're going to take your pencil, and you're just going to, what I like to do is do a triangle, or a wedge like that. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And of course you're going to have to kind of eyeball it. But where do you think that point would be, right?
Yeah.
Do the same on 32. And let's take this other board, this top board, and let's move back out to here, not out to there, yeah. And we need, if I counted correctly, we need 9. So we need one on each end. So here, take that. And see, you're going to, like a cap, you're going to put it on the end. Okay. So now we want one for each mark that you made.
This one's a bit crooked. Oh.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll draw it out with our nails. So this will assure that we have a super strong wall. Need to find that if you can. I'd rather not be in the yard. Go ahead and bend it up a little bit before you get too far. Like I said, we got all these boards that are proud here, so they're sticking further out. You want that to be the inside of this wall. So let's get here on the end. You get on that end. We will pick this up. And we'll slide it over. And you're going to line it up on the very edge of the board there. And you want to make it flush with the end too. Okay, so what we want to do here is we're going to pick it up like that. Okay, so this is the inside of the wall. So let's grab this. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just drag it. Look, put your hands over here. Let's just drag it backwards. There we go. Just stand it up. Don't have to monkey it around as much. Alrighty, so Cam and I got the two main sidewalls up, got them plumb, got them good to go. A little bit of twist in some of this milled lumber, but it is what it is. We straightened it out pretty good. Now you'll notice, you may see that the vertical 2x4s are proud of the plates on the inside. That's because I had some 1.5 by 3.5s, 12 feet long, and I hated to waste them. So we'll go ahead and use those for the top and bottom plates, use that consistently on all four sides, but then use true 2x4 materials for the vertical. So anything that was proud, we put on the inside. So the outside, you see here. So the outside remains smooth, so when we go to put our lap siding on, it's not, got all kinds of funky waves to it there. So kind of play to what you have as far as material goes. So now we're going to work on this back wall. And the unique thing about this back wall, of course, it's not going to be load bearing, of course. These two sides are load bearing, but it's going to have the floor sweep in the bottom. So we're going to frame out an area there with a little header. Again, doesn't have to be load bearing, but it'll just be nice and sturdy. And then we're going to make a spot for a window that'll be the same width as our front door. All right, change of plan. Kim and I decided we're going to do the door first because I want to see how that lines up and what material that uses before I do the back. Make sure I can maximize my material because I want dry, straight material for the door frame, of course. And then the clean out door, it's not that important if it's got a little bit of wave to it. So what we're doing is we're going to frame up, again, since this isn't load bearing, we're just going to frame up rectangles for both sides around the door just to be part of the wall. And then we're going to do a 72-inch door frame. That's 6 feet. So that makes it about 2.5 inches shorter than me. That way I'm guaranteed to knock my head off every time I walk into it. So that's how I build stuff around here. do is pick it up. Just stick it back in the opposite direction. So your side needs to go here, and my side needs to go over here. What I'll do, I think I'll swing around this way. Swing it like a door. Hammer on the loose. Jumped right out of my hand. You see that? Okay, so there's our front wall with our door frame, and that's a 32-inch wide door frame. I want it that wide because we're actually going to make it the homage to the country church, we need bifold doors, or double doors, I guess. So we want to split that in two and have two doors that'll open in instead of just one big swinging door. A little bit more work, but I think it'll be a nice little touch. You'll need to move your tool, please. There's two. Alrighty. Thanks for your help. So thanks for your help. All right, so we got it all framed up. Obviously we don't have the rafters on yet because they haven't been milled yet. So that'll be a project we work on. But got the window in the back here. And of course you see our floor sweep. So the way that works is on the outside there'll be a door that just lifts up and we can chain it, hook it. And then we'll just be able to take our broom or our shovel and just scrape everything out and let it hit the ground there where we want it to turn into compost as it works its way down to our garden. So that's the plan, to kind of keep the coop a little cleaner than what normally fixed coops end up being like. So we've got, I think I've got most of the siding done. I did that in a previous video, some of the lap siding. I've got a little bit more of that to do. I've got to order the metal roof. And then of course we just start building the door and some of the other pieces inside, and we'll be good to go. Well, I appreciate everybody watching, and say goodnight, Cam. Where'd you go? We'll see y'all. Take care.